What's going on, y'all? So listen. What's going on, y'all? So we are back. Listen, if my energy ain't up to par, it's because y'all already know what's going on. I just felt like doing these videos. So, I don't know how long the video gonna be, but I'm just gonna go from what I remember. This is the Oval Season 2, Episode 3, Wicked Games, okay? So, forgive me for the video being a couple of days late or whatever, but y'all already know what's going on. But let's just get into the video. This whole thing with Hunter and Victoria, okay? Victoria has spotted the body, all right? What we left off last week, Jean body was spotted by Victoria. Victoria is shocked, okay? So she go call Hunter. She trying to get Hunter to come up in there. Of course, Hunter got to be an asshole, but eventually he do come in there because it is a putrid smell. She at first called the maids to come up there. She trying to tell her, don't even go in there into the room, whatever. And then that's when they let her know that Miss Laura was the last person that was up there, and then she had her heart attack. She had her heart attack because she knew that that was Jean. She saw it. And so I feel like at this point when Victoria was talking to the maid, she kind of put two and two together that the maid must have found Jean and knew something was going on. And that's why she had the heart attack, because she was asking, is she okay? What hospital is she in? And all that stuff. But of course, they keep on making it seem like, it's just his dirty clothes and we'll clean it up, and to teach him a lesson, let him do it himself. So when Hunter finally get up in there, like I said, he acting the ass because, he don't fuck with Victoria like that. And then he get in there and she finally tell him, look underneath his bed. And he sees Jean and it's just a mess. So they trying to figure out basically how to get this bitch out of there. Okay, justice for Jean. Jean didn't have to go out like that. Jean was a casualty of bullshit. She just was one of those ones that just got caught up in the melee for no reason because he was just crazy. Okay, and at one point, Victoria and what's his face, they was talking, and they was like, I told you this is what happened. He escalated, okay? He didn't kill somebody. Girl, I'm just gonna do that whole storyline. He didn't kill somebody already, all right? This is Gene. He did it. You know what I'm saying? Okay, and I told you to get that boy help, okay? But you didn't want to get him no help. Oh, but you didn't want him to be seen as a creep and all that stuff and woo woo. So they go through this blame game. How we gonna get the body out? Put the body in the chest, okay? You gonna put the body in here, put the body in there. Okay, so they going back and forth. Next thing you know, Victoria get word that the plane had an emergency landing in Texas. And so at this point, she was like, what's going on? Is everybody okay? Girl, they was like, listen, the floaters didn't make it, okay? Your mama, the mother of the floaters didn't make it, She had a heart attack and she died, okay? It's always a heart attack. It's always a heart attack, And I'm just like, damn. That's what we gonna put it off. Wait till they do that autopsy and see that she was asphyxiated, as they say, strangled. Okay. I said I know it got to be some handprints on her neck, unless he held down on her clothing and it didn't hit her neck. But baby, it got to be some handprints on there because he strangled that lady. He strangled that lady. And so, Victoria was a little surprised. And at first, I thought she actually felt like, damn, my mom is gone. And regardless of the shit that we had going between us, I still care for that bitch. You know what I'm saying? I still wanted her to be my mom and all that stuff and woo woo woo. And I still got some compassion or something. So when they was up in the room, Hunter in there trying to talk to her about it, like, damn, that's crazy what happened to your mom and all this stuff. She was like, fuck that bitch. I'm glad that she dead. I'm waiting for my daddy to die. I said, hold up. Hold up. Is this what we're really doing? We really doing this like this? And at this point, they was trying to figure out how they gonna put the news out there that she died. He was like, I'll go get the press secretary, play around with her. And, his word game at this point, he was like, I'll go do the press secretary. He just don't care that she knows that he's fucking around with the girl and that, he do what he does. And she even asks, why do you have to have so many women? Okay. And so at this point, it's just pointless of them talking back and forth. So at the end of the episode ends with them up in the room, right? They're in the room and they go back, they up in Jason's room because Jason did call. Jason called Victoria trying to tell him that, as soon as they got off the plane, some men came and took Gail, and he was concerned about it, but he noticed that Victoria really wasn't concerned about it. She was like, well, that's something that your mama already had, my mama already had set up, for her to take her to straighten her out and all that stuff. It's like, well, we're going to get a plane to come down there to get you. And she really needed to know exactly what happened to the mom, because it just didn't sound right of her just having a heart attack right then and there, and he said, well, something happened on the plane where the window busted and then she had a heart attack, and that's what happened. That's what happened. I'm for real. And she was like, okay, but is there anything that you want to tell me? Because it's an odor coming from your room. He was like, I mean, it's just some dirty clothes that I didn't put up, so I take care of it when I come home. You ain't gotta have nobody go up in there. She was like, okay, cool, fine. Even though she know that he lying. But after that, they go up in the room and they try to move Jean's body. They gonna put it in one of the chests that's up in the room. And she clearing out the chest, and Hunter was about to get the body. And as Victoria is cleaning out the chest, she was like, Hunter, look. He was like, what? I said, once she's telling you to do something, just do it, okay? Because obviously it's of importance, okay? Quit giving the resistance and the blowback, Bitch turned around, and Victoria had the knife, not the knife, but that sword that was in Hunter's room that was missing. The sword that cut off Denise's head. They was like, this bitch did it again. That bitch did it again. Like, so this motherfucker has killed. What they're trying to imply is that he killed Denise, okay? You killed the grandma, and you killed Jean. That is 3 people. He has beyond escalated, all right? And at this point, they just need to go ahead and lock that nigga up, because ain't no help for him. Just lock him up, put him in an institution, and just own his ass at this point, because he's doing way too much. That boy got issues. Meanwhile, we get to the press secretary, Ellie. She get home, and her man, Alan, he trying to, do a little dance. He got his little boxer shorts on or whatever, and boxer briefs on. I said, put that away. We didn't need to see that. I said, why you still got your socks on? Why you still got your socks on? Go on, take the things off. But he out there dancing for her. Come on, get into the mood. I used to dance for you like this all the time. Whatever, let's do what we gotta do. Boo, boo, boo. And she was like, no, I don't feel like it. Can we just take a rain check and I go take a shower? And I was like, girl, that's because you still got President Dick on you. That's what it is. You know what I'm saying? Probably all up in your mouth, in between your legs. Okay, because I don't recall you going and taking at least a whole bath in the bathroom. You mean to tell me you didn't go at least get a piece of tissue or wrap up a ball of tissue and wipe up in there or whatever? Go to the store, have somebody go to the store and get you some sanitary napkins, or I should say some baby wipes or some shit to wipe that shit out. You mean tell me you still crusty down there? Because you a nasty bitch. You're a nasty bitch, but you guilty. That's what it is, Ellie. You know what I'm saying? She probably funky too, but smelling like fish. But at this point, Alan is like, okay, you do what you gotta do. She go up into the bedroom and she see a ring on a box with a ring on it. And she notices what it is and turns around, and Alan is down. I said, first of all, what you not gonna do? You not gonna propose to me in your drawers, in your socks and drawers. Okay, that's what we're not gonna do. But that's what Alan did. And he got upset because Ellie was like, no, I can't do it. I'm not ready. But you was ready just a little while ago. So what's changed now? You fucking him? Is that what's going on? I was like, oh, okay. Next thing you know, he done pushed her head all up into the cabinet in the kitchen and shit. I said, oh, so you abusive too. Now, did you hear when Ellie said, we need to get you help for these episodes? I said, so that's probably why she came up with that whole thing, to make Diana, press secretary, look like she was crazy because you dealing it with Alan. But do Alan really got episodes? Or he having these mental issues? Or is he just an abuser? We don't know at this point. But that's what was going down with him. I didn't even do nothing. I said, bitch, you put her whole head through the cabin. That's what you did, okay? Meanwhile, speaking of Diane, Diane, she gets down there with Bobby, okay? With Bobby and Lily and Max, and they trying to figure out what they gonna do and how they need to get this information out or whatever. Girl, we find out that Max is still alive. We knew that he was still alive, but he was up, okay? He was just faking like he was out for the count, you know what I'm saying? Bobby said, we ain't got to do all that. We can use Max right here. And he pulled that gun out. Now, I was confused why he pulled the gun out. I said, the man can't hear you, okay? He's asleep or whatever. He is unconscious. So why you going to put that gun to his head? Oh, because Bobby knew that he had, that he wasn't, unconscious anymore. He said, now, I know that you got that gun, okay? So what you going to do is you going to give me that gun. And I was like, wait a minute, what? And next thing you know, Max gave him the gun, okay? And he still had his eyes closed. He was like, and if you can sit up, sit up. Now here at this point, I'm sitting here like, what? I'm confused. So Max, you was playing games all this time. What is going on? And then when he sat up, the IV came out his hand. I know I wasn't the only one that saw that thing come out his hand, okay? And then Bobby sit next to him. Next thing you know, Max then fucking flip. Bobby trying to tell him, listen, bitch, we trying to help you. You okay or whatever. He grabs Diane and put her in the headlock and all that stuff. What about my family? What about my family? Where's my wife? Where's my wife? It was like, calm down, bitch. Lily in the background. I said, girl, it was just her expressions. I said, that bitch had me rolling. All right, I'm up in here like, no. Y'all need to calm down. Y'all doing a whole lot, okay? Y'all doing a whole lot, all right? I said, Max, you already look like you didn't sweated out your whole insides, okay? So you need to calm down because you still a sweaty mess, all right? You overexerting yourself, okay? Listen to what these people are saying. If they wanted you dead, you would have been dead, okay? I said, I want somebody to clean his wound up because I'm tired of seeing that bloody spot right there in the middle of his chest. But when they finally convinced him that everything was going to be okay, he let Diane go. He dropped to the floor, and they was like, I told your wife to go to, her sister house in Indiana, so they okay. And so they just trying to figure out what they gonna do with that. Mind you, earlier Lily and Bobby had their little issues with each other. She talking about so this cabin, how long you had it? I had it for a while or whatever. It was like, you brought people here. I mean, I ain't never brought nobody like you here, but I brought men here. Lily said, hold up. He was like, nah, not like that. It was just men that I had to torture to get some information out of and shit like that. So, the regular spy thing, shit like that. And so at this point, Lily was like, oh, all right. But when Diane came into the picture, she was asking all these questions, how you know her, all this stuff. She was like, oh, you the jealous type, huh? And it was like, if you want to know, yes, I fucked him, used to be fucking him back in the day, but, it got boring, it got old, so I moved the fuck on. And I was like, oh. Oh, Diane, you out here doing Bobby too? I said, Bobby, what? Mind you, the whole time Bobby was in all his scenes. I said, is it hot on the set? Is it hot on the set, or do they literally just drench him with water? Because that man is sweating. I mean, just buckets. Just buckets. Is it too much makeup on or whatever? I was confused because ain't nobody else sweating besides him and Max. And Max supposed to look like he perspiring, okay? He looked like he's supposed to be, 2 inches away from death. That's what he's supposed to be looking like, okay? So that's why he looked like he did. But Bobby, you look like you just dunk your head up in water each and every time. Meanwhile, we got Sam, he going over there talking to Donald, trying to see what's going on with Max and Yuma and that whole situation, and trying to be like, because he knows that something ain't right. He don't know exactly what it is because he knows his agents, but they keep on trying to make it seem like, well, you're not keeping up on top of your agents. That's not a good look because he didn't know the situation that was going on. Of course he didn't know the situation that was going on because there was no situation that was going on. Y'all made that up. And y'all are just taking people out one by one. And I hope Sam does not get caught up in this mess. I really hope that he don't. One good man that we got on this show. Okay, the one good man that we really got. He even called Priscilla and told her, he gotta go look for something, do something before he get home. But they gonna talk when he get home. Sorry. But anyway, so that happened. And Donald was just very persistent on them not and putting his foot down on them not going to see Max in the hospital because Max wasn't there. And, he didn't want Cal to go tell the families about what's going on. He wanted Sam to do it. Well, Sam said volunteer himself because he got a little bit more tact than Cal does. And then with Cal, he probably would kill the whole family, okay? So that was that. Priscilla had ended up, calling Alonzo, one of the Secret Service agents that works with Sam, and trying to see was Jean there. Has Jean clocked out yet? Nah, girl, Jean went to the presidential residence and didn't come back. We don't know what's going on up there because they took the cameras down, and the last person that was seen up there was Miss Laura, okay? But other than that, Jean has not clocked out. We don't see him. And now I was sitting there like, I know this is fiction and all that stuff, and they do this for TV, but he was looking at them cameras mighty fast. I said, you looked at all them hours of footage just to see that ain't nobody came down there yet. Okay, because Priscilla is actually concerned. She been trying to call Jean and not getting no response because they usually talk every day, and after work, whatever, and she hasn't heard from her in hours, and she's just worried about it. I said Jean upstairs in the house decomposing, okay, just funking up the place, bitch. That Jason really gotta go. Jason really gotta go because that really ain't right. Jean really was a sweetheart, but as the little amount, like Jean really was out here just doing what she had to do to survive. You know what I'm saying? She was doing it the legal way. I think her grandma and her auntie got her this job. She probably was going to school. She probably had her own stuff going on or whatever. And this man came and snuffed her ass out. And then what made it so stupid is they finna get rid of the body and don't realize that Jason's sperm and stuff is probably still between her. So they gonna find the DNA, bitch. I hope they find DNA evidence all up on her and get his ass. I really do, you know. But moving on from that, what else happened in this episode? Barry didn't got out of jail by Sharon. And of course they in the car talking about what happened and the whole thing with Ruth or whatever. And he was like, I can't afford to go back to jail and go to court and all that stuff to get my baby that should have been with me anyway. And he talking to her about the money that he found. And she was like, listen, that ain't my money. He was like, of course it's your money. Ain't you dealing drugs with Kareem? And the way that he said it, it just was so stupid. And she was like, wait a minute. No, that ain't got nothing to do with me. Okay, so what are you talking about? So he was like, all I know that the shit ain't mine. So she was like, well, it ain't mine either. So what? They got to figure out where the money came from. Who do y'all think the money is? Because at this point, I don't know who the money was or who the knife was, okay? Remember, because they tried to make it seem like the knife was a murder weapon that was used to kill Ruth, but it wasn't Ruth, and it was like animal's blood that was on the knife. So, who is playing games with Barry at this point? Moving on from that, they get to the house and Barry sees that the door locks have changed and the dad had to come and open up the door and give him a new key. And he was basically like, where's mama? It was like, well, she not here. Where's she at? I don't know and I don't care. You mean to tell me you really don't care? Which Sharon was trying to talk to him. And Richard was not here for Sharon, okay? Because if it wasn't for Sharon, Richard wouldn't have got shot, to be quite honest, if you ask me. You can blame Barry, but all of this started because of Sharon fucking around. That's what it was. But, he getting his clothes ready. He going back to work the next day. I said, now listen, I just had surgery. Bitch, you got shot, okay? And you finna go back to work already? No, girl, I ain't going back to work till next week, okay? So you doing a lot, Rich. You trying to get your mind off of stuff. That's what it is. And it was like, you need to calm down. And Barry was trying to get to understand why he needed to know who it was that Nancy cheated on Richard with. He was like, what difference would it make? And I get that, but when you got a suspicion, an inkling suspicion that's nagging at you, like it could be somebody, that I already knew, which I'm pretty sure it's either his brother or somebody close to him. And it's you want to know because now it's like, just go ahead and say it. I know that you fucking around on me. You made it seem as though you would never do anything like that to me, but then you did, and so that hurts. And now you might as well just go ahead and divulge all the truth to me, because now I feel like you still lying to me and you still trying to play me for a fool. That's what I feel like Richard is coming from, and he's already in a place of hurt. And he was like, just go ahead and get the rest of this hurt out. That's what I feel like he's coming from. He was like, you won't understand until something like that happened to you. Look what Ruth doing to you, okay? Like, just go out there and find my granddaughter, okay? That's what you need to be doing, all right? Meanwhile, I think that's basically it. The last thing I want to talk about, this whole situation with Cal and Donald. They got so comfortable with each other now. You know, Donald up in the house, Cal calling him. I'm at the front door. He gonna answer the door. You know, what's going on with you, boo, and all this stuff. He fixing his tie and everything. Well, since your wife not coming back or whatever, can I get the key back for your house and all this stuff? I said, can you get the key again? What? So y'all used to be playing house with each other a little bit? No, see, I ain't got time for this. And then he was like, what you gonna do for that key? What you gonna do for that key? And he was like, you know, if anything, I do anything for you. I never let you go down. And he was like, what if I want you to go down? I said, oh, wait a minute, what y'all finna do? Girl, he was like, go down. I said, next thing you know, Cal started doing his little dance or whatever. I said, no, I'm not at least turned on by this, okay? Now, usually I'm here for this gay shit, but I wasn't turned on by this. I was a little disgusted. I was disgusted because it's Cal, you know what I'm saying? And then Donna, the way that you treated your wife, that was trash. Like, you really trying to kill her, you know what I'm saying? And he went down and he did what he had to do, and he dropped them keys for him. I said, that's all that it took. That's all that it took. You wanted Lily out the picture this whole time, Donald. This is messed up. But anyway, that was the Oval. If I forgot anything, y'all can put it down in the comments and we'll discuss it. I'll be back on my A game next week. And I will see y'all later. Peace.